The Apollo 11 mission, also known as the Lunar Landing Mission, launched July 16, 1969, and was the first manned mission to land on the Moon and have the first humans, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, step on the Moon on July 20, 1969. The Apollo 11 mission crew consisted of 3 members: Neil Armstrong, Edwin E. Aldrin Jr., and Michael Collins. Neil Armstrong, the commander, and Buzz Aldrin, the lunar module pilot, are the well-known astronauts who took the first steps on another celestial body. However, the third crew member, Michael Collins, the command module pilot, was forgotten because he remained in the spacecraft in case something went wrong while Aldrin and Armstrong observed the surface of the Moon. He waited to hear that they landed. That way he would not be the only one to return to Earth. The Apollo 11 mission led to the first ever crewed lunar landing, including the return to Earth. During the exploration, the 2 astronauts gathered samples of lunar surface material to return to Earth. They also extensively photographed the lunar terrain. They deployed scientific equipment and the LM spacecraft. The historic events of the first man landing on the Moon was covered by various media sources, but an example of coverage would be by the Columbia Broadcasting System, CBS.
The Apollo 13 mission was launched on April 11, 1970. It was the first lunar mission to be aborted after an oxygen tank ruptured 2 days after mission launch. The Apollo 13 mission crew is composed of 3 members: James A. Lovell, Fred W. Hayes, and John L. Swigert. The members working in mission control at Cape Kennedy were greatly involved in Apollo 13 when the tank ruptured because they needed to figure out how to bring all 3 astronauts home safe and quickly. The Apollo 13 mission was supposed to be the 3rd moon landing, but the explosion of an oxygen tank crippled the spacecraft during flight, forcing the crew to orbit the Moon and return to Earth without landing. The Apollo 13 mission was covered by multiple news sources around the globe, but an example of media coverage would include the coverage by the Daily News. The Daily News covered this crisis that occurred 200,000 miles from Earth. NASA is now trying to figure out how to get these men home as soon as possible.
The Apollo missions would not have been made possible without the advancements in science, technology, and engineering, like computer advancements, rocket propulsion advancements, rocket fuel development, telecommunications, computer algorithms and programming, materials engineering development, airtight seals, development of rubber, machining, electronics, advancements, and sophistication. The Apollo 11 mission have created many advancements in science, technology, and engineering. Examples of these advancements include rocket and rocket fuel refinement, advanced spacecraft, better materials, alloys of metals and wearable materials, creating more advanced computers, more advanced machining processes, careful designs to prevent problems like ones in Apollo 13. These events ushered a new generation of space and air flight. The world as we knew it would no longer be the same because we had the ability to go to other worlds. The creativity and accomplishments of these events would bring change to the aerospace field by giving humans the ability to reach out further into the void of darkness which we call home.